Hi everyone, welcome back to our UiPath for Beginners series. In the last video, we installed the UiPath Community Edition and got started. If you missed it, make sure to check it out. Today we are diving deeper into UiPath Studio and exploring all its key panels. By the end of this video, you will feel confident navigating and understanding the interface. So let's open UiPath Studio and take a tour of its user interface. When you first open UiPath Studio, you will land on the start page. From here, you can create new projects, open existing ones, or use templates for quick setup. It is like the control center of your automation journey. So here you can create the new project and you can create a new project from a template. Okay, and here in the left hand side you can see lot of menus. Here you can do some settings if you want to do some settings like general settings, design settings, locations, if you want to manage your sources and code editor, so you can perform all those things from here. For example, if I want to change the font of my code editor, I can go to this code editor and I can see that font setting here. So because guys you are new and you are not aware of the concepts or the features of UiPath, so how can you do settings directly? Okay, so just I'm giving you an overview. In future, if you want to do some settings, so you can directly go to this settings and you can check the categories as per your requirements. Okay, we are going to use all these things in the upcoming videos. Okay, and in this templates you can find all the templates. So templates are nothing, just the built-in projects which you can utilize. Means these are the reusable components which you can use in your projects. Okay, and in tools we can see three types of tools: apps, UiPath extensions, and then plugins. In plugins you can set up your source controls. If you are not aware of source control, then don't worry, we are going to cover this as well in the upcoming videos. And this test automation plugin, so you can enable or disable the plugins of your source control and test automation. Then we have UiPath extensions. For example, if you are going to use Chrome in any of your project, then you have to enable the extension of the Chrome. Similarly, if you are going to use Citrix, you have to enable the extension of this Citrix as well. So there can be extension or plugin, so you have to enable that. Okay, and if that particular application is not installed in your system, then this install feat option will be grayed out or disabled. Okay, first of all you need to install this Firefox, then this button will get enabled. In my system I have Edge, Chrome, and for Chrome I have already installed my extension, so it is showing like this. During installation also, as I said, it will automatically install the extensions of the browsers. For Chrome we haven't installed the extension, so if we want to install, we can click on this install, it will install the extension for us. And then we have apps like UI Explorer app. This is a very useful app which we are going to use when we will do the UI automation. And then we have project dependencies, mass update tool, so it will update the project dependency in the bulk. Okay, I'll show you how we'll do that. And then we have repair tool for Microsoft Office. Okay, and if you want to open an existing project, we can click on this open and then we can select the project. And if you want to start, or if you want to open a fresh project or want to create a fresh project, then we will click on this start. Okay, and in help you can find some help center, release notes, etc. And the version of your UiPath also is available here. For example, I'm using this version of the studio, you can see this, and also it is available under this. So let me show you the interface of the studio. So this is the designer panel, the heart of UiPath Studio. Here is where you will Design your workflows by dragging and dropping activities, whether it's a simple sequence or a complex flowchart. The panel brings your automation ideas to life. Okay. On the left, we have activity panels, we have snippets, we have projects. In the activity panels, you can think of it as your toolbox. It contains all the actions you can automate, like sending emails, scraping web data, or working with Excel files, reading a PDF file, etc. Just go to this activity panel and search for the actions which you need, and then just drag an activity into the designer panel to get started. For example, I need a sequence, so I will drag drop this sequence to my designer panel. The next panel is project panel. Next, we have the project panel. This organize all the files, workflows, and dependencies for our projects. It like a folder system within UiPath. You can see it's like a folder system. For example, in dependencies folder, we have these files or these subfolders, and inside these subfolders, we have subfolders and files. All right. You can rename or delete files directly from here. And this properties panel on the right lets you customize each activity. For example, if you are using an Excel activity, you can set the file path or range right here. If you are using any other activity, then you can update or customize your activity from this properties panel. At the bottom, you will find the output panel. This is where you will see logs and messages during execution. If something goes wrong, this panel will help you clues. This panel will give you the clues to debug your workflow. Then we have this breakpoint and bookmark panel. Speaking of debugging, the breakpoints panel help you pause your workflows at specific steps. This is especially useful for analyzing errors or checking data at runtime. Next up is snippets panel. This contains reusable pieces of workflows that save our time, and we can even create our own snippets for repetitive tasks. So for example, if you want to use any uh, reuse you any component for related to delay, so you can pick that component from here. No need to create your own, so you can just use this component because this is a reusable component, or we can say this is a reusable activity or action. Then we have outline panel that gives you a bird's eye view of your workflow. It lists all activities and subflows, making it easier to navigate complex projects. For example, in my project, I have only this activity. Okay, so when I go to output panel, I can see this. So when I go to outline panel, I can see we have this main, then we have main sequence, and then this even. So if your project is very complex or very big, so you can easily track all the components of your project or all the activities. Then we have error panel or error list. This error panel is a lifesaver. It lists all the errors in your project and lets you jump directly to the problematic activity. For example, if you have an error in a particular activity, then you can just jump to that. Fixing errors becomes much easier with this panel, I'm telling you. Now, let's look at the variables panel and argument panel, which are available here. Variables and then arguments. Variables store data that your workflow needs, while argument pass data between workflows. They are essential for building dynamic automations. You can see both the panels here. Finally, the toolbar gives you quick access to commands like save, run, debug, etc. You can also publish your workflows directly to Orchestrator from here. You can find this toolbar in the ribbon of your this project. or this workspace. And we have this data manager. As its name suggests, it will manage all the data like your variables, arguments, constants, resources, assets, namespaces, entities, resources, queues, connections, etc. So it will manage all the data. All right. And then we have object repositories. So it is the repository for the objects. So if you are working with any web application, Windows application, then you will create some objects or the UI elements or the UI objects. So you can find all the UI objects in this object repository. And this test explorer, as its name suggests, it is related to the test cases or the testing. Okay, and I think we have covered all the panels. And here you can see this debug tab. In this, you have a lot of features to debug your flow, debug your workflow or workflow. You can see you can add breakpoints. You can slow the process. You can slow the steps. You can see the log activities, and you can open the logs and a lot of things you can do. And we are gonna use all and every little function or the little feature of the UiPath Studio. We are going to cover all these things. So don't worry, guys. And that is the UiPath Studio interface in a nutshell. We have covered everything from the designer panel to the error panel, and now you are ready to start building workflows. In the next video, we'll create our first automation project. So don't miss it, guys. If you are enjoying this UiPath series, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Also, check out our playlist on other RPA tools like Blue Prism, Automation Anywhere, and Power Automate Desktop. And here you will see some questions on UiPath Studio. So let's test your knowledge, guys. I want to see what you have learned in this video. So let's see. Please attend this question. Please read this question and ping me and comment down your answers in the comment section. And guys, again, I'll repeat, as I said in the previous video, perform all these activities with me. If you are watching this video, then open your laptop and start exploring the UiPath Studio. And if you don't see any action or don't see any feature, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy automating.